where we heard about Auntie Savi, and let's continue to remember the family, even Kirby and Fiona also in your prayers, and especially the Wow Sri Lanka family, because they are like a anchor for
can't
them.
hear you,
And
Sam.
hello, can
Is
you hear me?
everybody able to hear Sam?
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, very much.
Yes, Sam.
Okay. Yeah. So let's remember the entire Waller family, Kirby, Fiona, Pasi, as well as because they were like one of the rock solid foundations for the church, and even as she is now promoted to the cloud of witnesses, I'm sure this will help us get forward, go forward in what we want to do, what we want to achieve. Yeah. So it's been some time that Chitra has been asking, because this is something I do for the corporates, for the senior management, directors, VPs, helping them to um, take control of not only their teams, how to get into peak performance and helping, but also them individually. So I just came out of one session just day before yesterday, where we had a group of almost like 40 directors, senior directors, and managers, and it was like an awesome session where everyone participated, and the breakthroughs were really great. So Chitra has been telling me that why can't we do for our people? So I said, okay, let's go ahead and see. So the overall shade will be a little bit corporate. I hope you're okay with that. And I'll go ahead and share my screen. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see.
Yep. So I have named this session as strategic conversation. Okay. And a conversation, I'm looking towards my left because that's where I can see everyone. Okay. So I've named this program Strategic Conversations because conversation has to be a two-sided affair. So I would request everyone, if possible, if you can switch on your cameras, then I can actually see and gauge how we are doing and then adjust accordingly. So I'll just give a minute for you to just get onto your cameras, because that will really help me to ascertain if everything is going as per schedule. Good to see so many faces. Fantastic. Thank you for switching on your cameras. Yep. So in this session, we are so goal setting will be just a part of it, because many of you have requested for goal setting. It will be just a part of it, but I will try to it will be like following a path. So I want to welcome you on this journey that we can get towards goal setting. Some of you have already been through this, few of you, but this is a slightly bigger picture which I want to paint for all of you so that you can grasp it much better. So before we start, I want to play a video which I love. Every year, Google comes out with a video called the Year in Search. So I want you to observe very carefully. First of all, let me know if you're able to hear the sound, but I want to observe very carefully what is the message that is coming out of this. So these are the maximum number of searches per topic on Google for the year 2022. So here goes. Can you hear the sound?
Even though it's a risk and I don't know what's on the other side, I'm going to make a bet on myself.
I guess I'm kind of looking at this as a sort of rebirth opportunity.
I just quit my job and flew to Scotland with no money or plans or friends.
This is day one of me exercising every day.
I've really gone and done it now. Zabona Farm. Turned in my 2-week notice. I just took the leap.
Yeah, I'm really liking how my hair's been going.
I feel like we're on the verge of a renaissance.
They say to do what you love, and I love to dance.
Oh my God! I'm proud of you.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
Having any fun yet?
Carnival is back. Rio is back.
This is dedicated to the disabled community. This is our moment.
I wanted other women and other people of color to know it is possible.
He has done it! Sydney McLaughlin, there is no stopping her. That's a world record.
When I was a little girl, all I wanted to see was me in the media.
Change has become a constant. The way we embrace it defines our future.
I've never seen this kind of courage. They're fighting with all they have.
The word freedom right now means a lot for us.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
You know, I call it evolution. This is what believing looks like. And don't you ever, ever give up on you.
All right. So here is where we start talking to each other, because this is going to be a conversation. So what was the main theme of
the most human trait?
What was the main theme of this video, and what did you observe throughout the video? I want you to participate. Change, yes.
Following the passion.
Following the passion, yes.
Breaking forth into that, pushing forth into that.
Taking a leap of faith.
Taking a leap of faith. Thank you, Gloria. Resetting life, Alice. New beginning. Yeah. What else?
Not to give up.
Not to give up. Yeah, very good. All they want to do something more than what they are doing at present. Exactly. Find out something new. Very good. What else? How can you never give up? Yes. What else? What is the one word you can sum it up in?
Change.
Change. Okay. What else? Growth. Yeah. What else? Though I'll give you a hint. It starts with P.
Passion.
And ends with E.
Program.
Okay. Okay, there are no wrong answers. Okay, you can just give. Yeah, Wesley, that's the word. Purpose. People are slowly finding their purpose. So yeah, that's big things. That is exactly what is being taught even at Wow Life. So there's another video which I want you to observe, and it may seem, why is Sam showing this video? It has no relevance, but I want you to watch it. So here it goes.
Babies this young are extremely responsive to the emotions and the reactivity and the social interaction that they get from the world around them. This is something that we started studying 30, 40 years ago, when people didn't think that infants could engage in social interaction. In the still face experiment, what the mother did was she sits down and she's playing with her baby, who's about a year of age.
I'm like a girl. Oh.
And she gives a greeting to the baby gives a greeting back to her.
Yeah.
This baby starts pointing at different places in the world, and the mother's trying to engage her and play with her. They're working to coordinate their emotions and their intentions, what they want to do in the world. And that's really what the baby is used to. And then we ask the mother to not respond to the baby. The baby very quickly picks up on this. And then she uses all of her abilities to try and get the mother back. She smiles at the mother. She points because she's used to the mother looking where she points. The baby puts both hands up in front of her and says, "What's happening here?" She makes that screechy sound at the mother, like, come on, why aren't we doing this? Even in this 2 minutes, when they don't get the normal reaction, they react with negative emotions, they turn away, they feel the stress of it. They actually may lose control of their posture because of the stress that they're experiencing.
Okay. I'm here. And what are you doing? Oh, yes. Oh, what a big girl.
It's a little like the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is that normal stuff that goes on, that we all do with our kids. The bad is when something bad happens, but the infant can overcome it. After all, when you stop the still face, the mother and the baby start to play again. The ugly is when you don't give the child any chance to get back to the good. There's no reparation, and they're stuck in that really ugly situation.
All right. So this video can be interpreted in several ways, and many of you can relate to this video. So I would like some feedback on this video, especially in terms of what we are going to be discussing today. And also for those who tuned in late, I would request, if possible, if you can switch on your cameras, that will be really awesome. Yeah, communication, yeah, definitely.
Engagement.
Engagement, okay. What else?
There's a feedback in the chat window, Sam. Vernika has mentioned something.
The child was looking for a sense of feeling of significance. Yes, definitely.
Positive emotions.
Positive emotions, okay. Vernika, I will ask you a question. As leaders of a church and a movement, I'm sure you would have experienced this kind of a setting very, very often. So in that context, any comments?
Looking for, I think acknowledgement is what I felt the child was looking for.
Yeah.
And I think in most places, be it in church, be it in an organization, if we have subordinates, they look for that sense of significance or sense of being accepted or acknowledged.
Right.
I think when there is that sense, you can draw a lot more from people if they feel acknowledged, and you give them a sense of significance. That is what I feel, and what I've been thinking about is that is what purpose does.
So what if you pull it to the other extreme? Yes. Others are most welcome to join in when Vernika is giving some very important nuggets over here. And there are many of you who have been in the church setting. What is the other extreme that we can draw from this video?
There are some comments in the chat, Sam.
Okay, humans are programmed, okay, to move by what the touch feels and see. Okay, yeah. I will work around that word program, because just want to make it easier for you all. It's the program that many of us have gone through, have kind of conditioned our minds to always seek attention. We are always seeking attention. The moment the leader has a still face, maybe he's busy, maybe he has issues, maybe he has important things to that he needs to attend to, but the moment the leader has a still face, we think that the system is not working, because as individuals we don't have a sense of purpose, we don't have a sense of direction, so we are always looking for validation, and especially in this day and age, we are looking for validation in the church, in our community. We are looking for validation in the society, where one person puts up a post and then continuously through the day, we will see, okay, how many likes or dislikes, how many comments. So we are constantly waiting for external validation. And that's what actually sometimes defeats the purpose of living a life where you are in charge. Okay, I'll make a slight shift and then we'll come back to purpose. So what I will do is I will share again a series of, there won't be any sound, but a series of videos for us to, yeah. So here goes. Right. So what do we think about these videos that was shared now?
You are sharing the blueprint?
Blueprint, okay.
Conceptualization, visualization.
Okay, okay.
I feel structure, plan, agreement.
Yeah, some of you.
Horsepower.
Yeah, some of you have written the word that I'm looking for: design, innovation. The detail of everything designed, design and approval or agreement. So, can somebody talk to me about what designs did we go through? What are the designs that we saw in the videos?
Some buildings, some cars,
okay,
and a costume, I guess.
Yeah. A fashion, yeah. So what does that imply?
A street layout.
Sorry, somebody was saying something. So when we are buying a new house, we go through the design and we ensure that the builder gives us exactly what we want and we design our house around that. So if you see, the first video was about the city. Nowadays, cities are being planned and designed so well, so that if we are planning to move to that city, we know what is the design of that place. And then we saw the car. The cars are getting designed and customized according to your requirement. So we spend a lot of time and effort. And let's come to the clothes. This the fashion designer was actually drawing out how the clothes need to be designed. And we spend a lot of time in designing our houses, our cars, our clothes. Sometimes we also, off late, which is a good thing, people have started designing their food plans and getting, as they're concerned about their health. So, but very often we have seen that we invest so much of time, effort, and money into designing the things that we want, to add on to our lifestyle, but very rarely do we take a moment to design our life. And that is what Kirby has been talking about for the last few months, where we need to be in a place where we need to get to start designing our lives. Does that make sense? Anybody wants to add on to that? I know all of you have been listening to the messages. Anybody wants to add on to that? Come on, guys. This has to be a two-way conversation because I can't keep talking to the laptop.
I think.
Yes, Vijay.
Sam, are you talking about the redesign of our life? Because it's already designed.
How do you design your life? Yeah, this is good. Take responsibility. Sundari, that's a very good place to start. So once we take responsibility, how do we proceed from there? What is to a place by taking small steps, Kiran? That's true. Making schedules, planning. Okay. So these are like little at a 10,000 feet level. So if you have to break it down, where do we go to next?
What to be aware of your to be aware of what is your core purpose first, and then make plans around that purpose. Because if you're not sure, when I say purpose, it is like, what is your strength? What is my passion? What are my strengths? What is the real impact and change I can bring in? Being aware of all those things, and then plan around those to make sure that I achieve what what I could achieve. For yeah,
that sounds fair. Absolutely. So shall we do a role play activity? Are you okay? I hope not every. I hope a few of you have some energy. I know it's a Friday. It's a working day. You'll have completed work and you've come. So let's do a role play to change the state right now. I need 2 volunteers who are who claim to be good friends, or who are good friends. 2 people. I know there are a lot of people who are very good friends in this group. 2 individuals who are good friends. Come on, guys. Otherwise, I will pick them.
There's a comment from Vijay in chat.
Not able to see. Yeah, design where we are based. Yes, exactly, Vijay. That's the objective. So many times we think, how do we find our purpose? So for that, we need 2 people to do a role play. Okay. I'll give it 5 more seconds, otherwise I'll start calling people. 2 people. Okay. I thought I saw Jack here. Is he there?
Hi, Anna. Good evening.
Yeah. Hi, Jack. Good evening. Okay. What we will do is, whenever anybody does a role play or gives a comment verbally, let's use the emoticons and congratulate them and give a heart symbol so that everybody is encouraged on. And now when Jack introduces himself, everybody will say, hi, Jack. Okay. Jack, please introduce yourself, where you're from.
Hi, I'm Jack. Jack is my name. My full name is Nehemiah Horeb. So I'm from Hyderabad, and yeah.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Yeah. And
Hi, Jack.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay. And
Hi,
I
Jack.
know Jack and Karthik are very good friends.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Karthik, can you introduce yourself? Karthik, can you hear me?
I think Karthik is outside now. He's driving actually.
He's still driving. Okay. Anybody else? I need 2 people who are good friends. So shall I call out? Shruti. Yes, Shruti and
Sinduri. Sisters.
Now, shall we take Deepti?
Yeah, of course. They are good friends.
Okay, so Shruti and Deepti, please introduce yourselves, and rest of you know what to do.
Hi guys, I'm Shruti.
Hi, Shruti.
Hi, Shruti.
Hi, Shruti.
Hi, Shruti.
Hi, Shruti.
Hi, Shruti.
Hi. So I am from Hyderabad. I'm married and I have 2 kids. I'm a homemaker.
Okay, thank you, Shruti. Deepti, it's yours.
Hi everyone. I'm
Hi,
Deepti.
Deepti.
Hi, Deepti.
Hi, Deepti.
Hi, I'm married with 2 kids. I'm into IT and into teaching.
Fantastic. Shruti, is it possible for you to come on camera? I don't want to force you, but is it possible? Because this is going to be a conversation between Deepti and Shruti.
Okay, can you give me a minute, Sam?
Okay. Okay. In the meanwhile, anybody else can talk about the design? How you can design your lives?
We can start with imagination and then start expressing them.
Okay. Imagination. How do you propose to do that?
Based on what if I have a little picture in mind about something, I can focus in that area a bit more.
Okay.
So that image grows, and later on I can put it forward in words or letters, or maybe draw it, maybe collect pictures about it.
Okay.
So that grows. And if I know, if I have access to something like as the video you showed, the video, that a person might have come to a designer with a concept, and now we have the complete prototype. You just fill the colors and you have the complete picture. So,
sounds good. Yeah. Using the IT framework. It's nice.
And prior to that, like what Rakesh was saying, I mean, I think to start with, first we just identify those areas in our life that has got a spark or somewhere, which excites us. And then push ourselves into thinking more on those aspects and engaging more in those areas, so that we walk more into that purpose that keeps us excited and purposeful.
Sounds good. Sounds great, Jerry. Anybody else?
Hi.
Yes, Wesley.
Yeah, I think from our childhood, our purpose is revealed throughout our life, and that is acknowledged by some of our friends and our family. If we look at our past and think about it, we can see the blueprint is slowly getting revealed in our life, I think.
Okay. But what is your effort towards that blueprint?
Our effort to achieve that goal, to know the purpose, or to achieve the goal.
You said the word blueprint. You said the blueprint will slowly start manifesting. So how does it? What do we have to do to ensure that it manifests?
We can do meditate or pray, or as a person said, we can look back the times we got spark and we forgot to eat and sleep when we are working on that thing. So I think over the years we can see the blueprint more clear and clear.
I like what you said, Wesley. One of the sorry, Vanika. I think one of the points that Wesley made was so brilliant, because there are moments when we are doing specific things that time just seems to fly, and nothing else matters when you're doing that. And that's really what is within the core purpose of our being. That's really good. Yes, Varnika, please go ahead.
It's also about being very intentional of what you want to achieve or where you want to get.
Yes.
That's one way to actually manifest something faster.
Absolutely. Is Shruti ready?
Yeah, she's back.
Okay.
Yes, Sam.
So, oh, Shruti, you're here. Because there is one more Shruti with the hands raised. I was seeing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Shruti and Deepti are going to be our main focus of conversation for the next 3 to 4 minutes. And if you don't mind, I will be asking some question, but don't get irritated with me because I will be playing the broken record and it's going to like kind of push you against the wall, but don't mind. There is no intention to offend anyone here. Okay, I want to hear from Deepti. Why do you consider Shruti a very good friend?
Why?
You have to speak up. Okay.
Okay. She has always been there for me, like in every.
But why do you consider her as a good friend?
I look up to her, like in many things. Like she guides me, she inspires me.
Shruti, why do you consider Deepti as a good friend?
Yeah, she, what can I say? She started to be my friend, like, how can I say, just by my sister's word. So she contacted me and
No, that's okay. That's the transactional part. But why do you consider her to be a good friend?
Okay, yeah. What can I say?
No,
I can say the same things, but yeah.
You can say the same things, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You're allowed.
Yeah. So she was there for me when I used to, really speak to anyone. Yeah.
But why do you consider herself, Deepti, to be a good friend?
Okay, she is a good listener and she always.
But why do you consider her to be a good friend?
Okay.
Deepti, why do you consider Shruti to be your good friend?
Okay, maybe she doesn't offend me when.
Sorry, she doesn't offend.
When I say anything, she doesn't offend me.
Okay,
Yeah.
but why is she a good friend? Deepti, you can continue.
She doesn't judge me. I can share even the worst things about myself, and she doesn't judge me.
Yeah, that is your transaction, but why is she your good friend?
I'm happy with her. Like I'm completely joyful. Like
you are joyful, that's why she's your friend.
She makes me joyful. I think she makes me comfortable.
Okay, we are getting somewhere. Shruti, why do you consider Deepti to be your good friend? Deepti, continue. You are on the right track. You're getting somewhere.
Yeah, even like with my family, like even my family, like even my mom feels comfortable when she's at home. Like even my family is comfortable.
Okay, besides being comfortable with Shruti, why is she your friend? Rest of the group, are you noticing a trend? Are you noticing a trail? We are getting somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Super.
Whenever like I'm off the path, I think she tries to bring me back. Like without giving any judgment, like she nicely gives the right word to me without any offense and without judging me. She puts me back.
So in other words, what is she trying to do?
She builds me up.
Just notice the words that is coming out, everyone. Yes, Shruti, please go ahead.
Yeah, she helps me in everything. Like she helps me to learn so many things actually.
But why is she your?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like her company, so she is my friend.
No, but why is she your friend? Not just for company.
Okay.
See, one of the things which Deepti mentioned, I'll make it easy on you, both of you. I don't want to push you right against the wall. I want to make it easy. One of the things, a couple of things that Deepti mentioned and Shruti mentioned is, in this friendship, there is a purpose in which they are bringing out the best in each other. When the second thing that Deepti mentioned after saying that I am joyful, when I asked her, she said, Shruti helps me to bring out the best in me. So one of Shruti's purpose is to help bring out the best in others. Are you noticing how we can, this is one of the easy ways to get to know your purpose. When you talk, don't talk to your family member, but talk to a friend or a colleague. And definitely you will find out that the purpose of the other person is something that is very strong. And many times we don't talk about it, but it is there. But it is good when you talk about it with each other. It kind of affirms that friendship and takes you to the next level. And when you talk about it, it actually helps you to build a framework around that. Yeah. So good round of applause for Shruti and Deepti for this conversation, everyone. Thank you so much. So I'll get back to sharing my screen. We'll talk very briefly about purpose, what it does, and then we'll get on to the next thing that is their plan. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
So here are some of the benefits of having a purpose in life. So definitely on the medical side, it definitely helps your body. Having a purpose in life lowers the incidence of stroke, dementia, and cardiovascular diseases. It definitely boosts performance. One of my conversations that I keep having with the senior leaders, senior managers, directors, VPs, is on how can we elevate the performance of our engineers to take them to the next level. Actually, talking about peak performance, even in these trying times, in these times when there is so much of negativity, there is so much of fear mongering, there is so much of what's going on in the market, the economic condition, the political situations is really, really bad. So how can we, despite what is happening around us, how can we maintain the performance and take it to the next level? Yeah. So attention and focus. When we have a purpose, the focus shifts away from us. And that's what Shruti and Deepti mentioned. They bring out the best of each other. And the focus shifts from themselves to bring out the best from each other. There is a power failure now. So we're just running on the basics. Just a moment. Yeah. And definitely purpose guards us against obsession on self. You know, most of the time when we don't have a purpose, people, first thing they do is go for sweets and they put on weight and too much of self-attention. And that's where people get into different types of abuses, substance abuse and alcohol abuse, and just go beyond it and go berserk. And at the same time, they also look at every opportunity to blame something else, because there is always that Ebola in the world. There is always now COVID in the world. There is always like the politicians who are trying to steal from us. There is always the economic crisis, which is at hand. And then there is the oil and the Ukraine war. There is always hundreds of reasons that we can all look at. But what is our purpose? Second, on number 5 is purpose actually paves the pathway to passion by creating a passion. And passion is that moment with, I think Wesley described as, you really forget time. you really forget that there is anything else in the world. When you're really passionate about something, you will go ahead and pursue it no matter what. And having a purpose actually upgrades our lifestyle from that autopilot mode to from living a life of default, the program that we have been born with, to kind of looking at options. How can we design our life to live a better life? Purpose definitely is a huge inspiration. The purpose of which is deep down in us actually helps us when we wake up first thing in the morning to decide it's going to be a great day, or this day is going to suck and I'm just going to have just another day. So that differentiator will go on in the mind. And because over here it's written, it acts as a rally cry and inspiring others and attracting them to your cause. This actually gives you the drive. There's a book by a very nice book by a person called Dan Pink. He's written a book on drive. What really motivates people and team members to do what they do and give their excellence in what they do. So drive is definitely, purpose is definitely one of the factors to take your drive to the next level. So this is where you, with so much of information that you have, all of you, from WowLife, from the different, I know that several of you have attended many of the programs which Kirby has been teaching, and this is where you having a purpose in your life actually is going to help the people around. It, like the first point says, it might be a part of your purpose to bring out the best in others. You might be like a sounding block for others, for assisting them in whatever situation they are going through. Your vital role is to turn the impossible dreamers into inevitable doers. Because right now we are living in a day and age where, under the blessing of Google Baba, anybody can become rich, anybody can become millionaire, anybody can succeed in life. There's so much of information, but I keep repeating the same mantra that without action, the information, there will be no transformation. If you do not take action on the information, you can be guaranteed that there will be no transformation. So that's where you can help others from being dreamers into actually doers, so that they can achieve their purpose in life. Yeah. So here are 3 stories. Are you okay for some stories now? Kirby has been talking about these stories for a long time. I just put them on slide. Only one person is okay with the story. I can move on to something else. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please go ahead, Wesley.
So before going on to the story, can you please explain it? Give us a definition of purpose and passion, because there are so many definitions for that thing, and purpose is like a cliche word in the social media and everything. So can you please explain the definition of purpose and passion?
Okay, I can give you an example from, I'm sure many of you have heard the very famous motivational speaker. Actually, he's not a motivation, he's a influencer. His name is Simon Sinek. And he's written a couple of books called Start with Why and Find Your Why. Okay, so purpose is actually is to understand, why are you here on planet Earth? Is it just to occupy some real estate, some space, born into this world, grow up, education system, come under the education program, start working, earn money, get married, have children, pay your bills, grow old and die? Is that your purpose in life? So, example, Simon Sinek was invited to talk at Microsoft, and he was invited to talk in Apple. So after he spoke at Microsoft, he mentioned that 70% of that discussion was around how Microsoft can defeat their competition. At that point in time, they considered Apple was their competition. He also went for a meeting with Apple. And for 99% of the time, the discussion was around how can we help children learn, have a better education? How can we help teachers teach? So do you see the difference in the purpose statement of the two organizations? So, so it will be a good read to go through simultaneously. So having a purpose is actually a sense of direction. It is not a goal, but it is an outcome. So your goal is to lose weight. And how you will do it is diet and exercise. But why do you want to do it? That's your purpose. Because you want to go to Maldives and have a beach body by the time you go there. So that is your purpose. Does that make sense, Wesley? I'll come to passion.
Yeah.
So passion is something that you are so crazy about, like you only mentioned, where you don't even realize how time flies when you are doing something you love. There are people over here. I can actually point out to some people here in this group. Like, let me see who's there. Who's the passionate person here? Let's take Jerry, for example. Jerry Matthew, are you okay to take your example? Jerry,
sure.
Jerry is a consultant in social media marketing. That he was working for other organizations earlier, but then he realized that he has something in him which is much bigger than being just confined to a 9-to-5 kind of a role. So he took that on. He spent hours and hours learning, not in hours, in months, I would say, Jerry, learning about what social media marketing is, what it does, and how you can get involved in it. So the ultimate objective is to make some money, as well as deliver quality marketing campaigns for his customers. So that's when he has turned his passion into something that he loves to do, into something that will also feed his family. And when he is doing it, if you call him today, sometimes during the day, he won't even pick up his call because he's so focused. He will just till he completes his task, he will not get out of it. That's what he's madly passionate about. How many of you have been in love? Few. Nobody's raising their hand. It's an okay question to answer. Come on. Yeah, thank you, Rakesh. See, initially when you were in love, you remember the phone calls that you made. You didn't care. Some of you were there in the days where the long distance calls were charged a lot, but you didn't really care about the money. You just wanted to just spend time in talking to that person. You didn't care about how much that coffee costs. You just wanted to just spend more time in that coffee shop with that person. You didn't care about who's watching, who's listening, but you just want to spend time with that person. Yeah, so that is that passion where you just lose track of time and focus on that one thing which is there in front of you. Does it help, Wesley?
Yeah.
Okay. Superb. So these are 3 stories which Kirby has been talking about. I'm sure you can relate to it. But here are stories of how we can develop our own purpose and have it in such a big way that we pull others also into it. Okay, let's take this first one. Everyone knows who this is? Come on, guys, you have to talk.
A mosquito.
Okay, mosquito. This is Mel's story, okay? Mel had shared this story. Okay, this mosquito, we have to give this mosquito a name. What's a good name for this mosquito?
Dracula, someone is like.
Dracula. No, that's a little harsh.
Someone wrote on the chat.
Dragon.
No, some grace, some nice name.
Musky.
Bob.
Bob. Okay, Bob. Okay, Bob is.
I'm not sure if Bob is there in the meeting.
Okay, let's imagine Bob is a big mafia don, okay? And you can imagine Bob wearing white shirt and white pants and white shoes with a lot of gold around his hands and maybe a platinum chain and a lot of rings around, and he's walking around, and you can actually hear the sound of the metal around him when he's walking around, okay? And Bob is a person, is a mosquito, I was about to say person, is a mosquito without whose permission no one can touch any of the humans in that area. And this is the place where this is Bob's area, okay? So Bob is hanging around in this area, and this is downtown Sausalito. So this is where Bob's den is, and he goes and checks out all the humans. He checks out all the blood groups, everything, and this is his area. And one day while he was hanging around and checking out everything, everyone, not everything, everyone here, suddenly he sees a BMW pull up. I'm just putting a twist to those stories, which Kirby said. Can you see Bob there? Anybody?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So he also goes on to check out what is this new car over here. As the windows roll down slowly, you know what happens? Because this guy, whoever is driving the car, he's come to take something, parcel food, and drive out. So in all this transaction, suddenly Bob gets into the car and he's on his way to San Francisco. Can you see Bob? So from the downtown where Bob is, he's suddenly going to become a part of something much, much bigger. Yeah. Okay, the next story. Okay, this one everyone knows. Next one I'll talk about because Kirby shared about this recently. Now this is the moon. He's going at 3,000 miles per hour. Very happy in his own orbit. And yeah, he's like one big, in India we call them Big Dada over there. He's huge, definitely. And suddenly he realizes that there is another one who's much bigger than him, roaming around at 70,000 miles per hour in an opposite direction, but knowingly, unknowingly, he's already become a part of somebody else's purpose, overarching purpose. Yeah. And then suddenly we see in the scenery, the sun appears at 500,000 miles per hour. The sun is rotating on its orbit, and the sun is taking all these guys along in its trail and in the path where he is going. And so the moon and the earth, and along with the other planets, all of a sudden become a part of something much, much bigger. All of you know this story. I just thought I'll just put it in there. So that brings me to a point now. Everyone must be thinking, what does all this have to do with goal setting? I wanted to lay the foundation. Once you know your purpose, once you know that there is a need for designing your life, how can we take our lives? Now, one of the activities Chitra and myself we did last December was to sit and build a list, because gratitude is so important. Build a list of things that we are grateful for in 2022. Okay, so while I started building out my list, what am I grateful for, so that will serve as a baseline for what I plan to do in 2023. And almost like for 2 to 3 days, I couldn't get out of this zone, because last year, because of COVID and other health issues, it was like really bad. I couldn't actually get out. My mind wasn't coming out of the bed. So there was no gratitude beyond that. Then we started thinking, about how we changed the state. And of course, there are certain things that we did at home to change the state. And doing that, actually, then I was able to build out a list of things that I was grateful for in 2022. And we were really grateful. Our hearts were like full of joy for what the Lord has done in and through our lives over the last 1 year. And 2022 was an awesome year for us. It was just like mind-boggling, even to see how sometimes even most of us will think about finances as one of the top things that is on our list. It was just, we are so grateful that the provision came just in time when we needed. 2023 was the time when we as a family traveled most, where we gave most, and also not only in our family, but in terms of in the workplace, things just went to another level altogether. Personal growth, there was so much of investment. Finances, we had invested a lot. In our hobbies and recreation, we have traveled like crazy last year, despite everything that went on. So why I'm showing you this is not to brag about, but also this is primarily to be just step back, because gratitude serves as a baseline. So once we know what we could have, what we have achieved in the previous year through our spiritual experiences, through the community, through different sources, that will actually give us make ready the runway for the next year. Some of the benefits of gratitude, if you listen to this, Kirby had also shared about Andrew Huberman, and he's a neuroscientist who has one of the largest followers in his podcasts. And if you see that, it's like amazing things that can happen if you are just grateful. During COVID, one of the big things, the key word that was used everywhere was immunity. Just by practicing 10 minutes or 15 minutes of gratitude every day, the neurochemical that is secreted in the brain called immunoglobulin A, that actually helps build immunity in your body. Yeah. So having said that, now I believe in you. Now it's time for each one of you to believe in yourselves. So we will go into a goal setting exercise to help you. Having now the stage is set. You know what purpose is, why we need purpose, what are the benefits of purpose. You know that there is a need to design our lives. There is a need to focus, shift the focus on what's happening everywhere else and turn that focus on yourself so that you can benefit others, you can help others. And we also know what gratitude is and what gratitude does. Now, having said that, there is a very scientific way that a goal setting can be done. Not only scientific way, it is also a very creative way using some of the protocols that Kirby has also taught us in CMS, as well as he's taught us over through many of the messages that he has preached. Now, if you are this method actually will be using this method, you will actually be able to create a much more confident body, a confident mind, and a confident spirit. And whilst you are doing this activity, I know we have just about 25 minutes left. While you're doing this activity, this is just a one-time activity we are doing now, but I will encourage all of you to do it for at least for the next 5 days. Yeah. So, and please be kind to yourself. And while you're writing your goals, I want you to actually make it big, because if you are not thinking big for yourself, nobody else is going to do it for you. Okay. So here we go. I will stop the share now, and we'll get into some activities. Okay, so for getting into this activity, a few things have to be taken care of first. What I want you to do is, as you are seated, I want you to sit really strong and firm, ensuring that your body is firmly grounded. Okay. So the first part before even getting to writing down your goals is to first settle your body. So I want you to take a very, very deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Yeah. Just breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Can you repeat that again? One more time. Now, if you can put your hands on your heart, or if you want to put it on your pulse, you can feel the beat. If you are not feeling the beat on your heartbeat, you can put your finger on your pulse where you are able to feel the beat. And say to yourself, I'm okay. I am safe. I am loved. Now breathe in again and breathe out. Just repeat, I am okay. I am safe. I am loved. You can open up your eyes. I want you to either write in the chat or tell out loud, what is the first thing you were doing this that you saw or it came on your mind? What is the first thing that you could see, touch, hear, and smell?
My pulse slowed down a lot.
Pulse slowed down, yeah. What else? Anything that you saw or you felt? Or
I felt like my brain was very much like, hi, I just calm down. Like,
calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wesley says he's felt happy. Yeah. Anybody else?
Felt relaxed.
Felt relaxed, yeah. So now that your body is settled, now we need to clear our mind, because like science says that on any given day, thank you, Deb, I felt the peace come into my atmosphere. So on a given day, Augustine says he felt calm, Kiran, quick awareness. Wow. Okay. Now on any given day, we have anything between 3,000 to 6,000 thoughts per day. And I know right now there are so many things going on because of which we are not able to sometimes focus. So what we will do is, we have settled our body, we will clear our mind. So that's the reason I asked everyone to get their notepads. So write down 5 things which are on top of your mind you have to do now, today, tomorrow, or this week. Very, very urgent things. Top 5 things.
Can you repeat?
What are the top 5 things that you need to do today, tomorrow, or this week? Very, very urgent, which is there on your mind. It could be to remove the clothes from the dryer, or it could be to switch off the gas or whatever. Top 5 things. Done? You can show a thumbs up. You're done. Okay. Now we get into, thanks Kiran, thank you Jyoti, thank you Sundari. Yep. Now we get into, so we have settled our body, freed our mind, we get into something to free our spirit. So when we write down what our intentions are, our goals are, we actually free our spirit. And there is, according to Forbes magazine, there is 42% higher chance of you achieving the goals if you just start writing it, because of the reticular activator system that is there. So top 5 things that you want to achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Top 5 things. And please give yourself permission to think big, okay? Thank you, Jack. You could go in, Kiran. Alice. Thank you, Vanika. How about the others? Do you need some more time?
Just need 1 more minute.
Okay. All right. Now you have settled your body, you have freed your mind, you've done a brain dump of the urgent activities. Now you've freed your spirit by actually writing down what you want to achieve. Now, out of these 5 things that you've written down, I want you to focus, but I want you to do the same thing for all the 5, okay? And if you have more than 5 goals that you want to complete this year, please write down, take up more space and write it down. But for now, we will just focus on these 5. Out of this 5, which is the most important one, and what is the timeline that you are giving it? Is it 1 week, 1 month, 1 year? Which is the most important one for you to achieve? Against that, just put a timeline.
On the most important one, right?
On the most important one, which you definitely have to achieve. Or you think it's most important for you. Okay.
There's a comment in the chat window.
Okay. Okay, out of the 5, which is the most important one that you want to achieve or you would love to achieve? And what is the timeline you're looking at? Okay, for example, I want to lose 4 inches off my waist by June 30th. Okay, so that is my goal. Okay, once you have now that you've identified that one goal, which with a timeline, specifically timeline, which is most important for you, what we will do is below that, what you can write is describe the small actions that you will do to take you closer to that goal. For example, if I want to lose 5 inches by June 30th, today we are nearly at the end of March, we just have 3 months. So what are the things that I need to do? First, consult a doctor, consult a dietitian, consult maybe a trainer who can help me look at what are the alternatives I can do. What are my vitamin deficiencies? Do a blood work and find out these things. And then take massive action against that. So write down 4 or 5 things that you use, break down those actions and put it down. Like if you're applying for US visa, I need an invitation letter. I need to go and fill up the form online. I need to go, there's the step by step, just write down those things, please. Somebody is asking for a sample example. Okay. I'll share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
We can see.
Okay. So these are the top things that I want to do this year. The small actions could be more time for myself. I can schedule in the calendar. I can set up a time. I'll stop working and stick to it. I'll make a plan to do a yoga class. I'll keep filling my daily journal every morning. I'm going to wake up earlier, right? So small actions like this. Okay. Yeah. I think most of you are done. And this is what I would encourage all of you to go through all the 5 goals and under each goal, write down those small actions with timelines. Against each goal, have a timeline. So if you have to do anything by this week or by next week, put timelines, even against small action points. Yeah. And complete that by tomorrow so that you can start taking action immediately. So like they say, all out massive action in network marketing. So that's the term, that's what we need to do. Okay, now that you have written down your goals, now this one which is very, very important for you, what I want you to do is again, just take in a very, very deep breath, like as deep as possible through your nose and breathe it out through your mouth. Okay. Breathe out through your mouth. Take in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, Breathe out. Now visualize yourself taking these small actions. Right in the core of your being, feel deeply what it feels like doing these things. What does it feel like when you are moving closer to what you desire? And finally, visualize that you have achieved what you are running after. This trains your mind and body and spirit to help you take these actions. Now take a deep breath and just, you can open up your eyes. Many times while writing these goals, what happens is we get very confused because there is so much going on right now in each one's life. So what I would recommend personally is you start with your 5 minutes, 10 minutes of Tohu Bohu. Don't push yourself too hard initially, but start with the Tohu Bohu. And that will help you disentangle. The activity of freeing your mind will definitely, you will see the difference that happens when you are able to do Tohu Bohu. Start with 5 minutes, increase it to 10 minutes over 1 or 2 weeks, then increase it to 20 minutes. Just commit to this and commit whatever your action is into God's hands and see how these things come to pass in everyone's lives. Yeah, I would again, just playing the broken record, I would encourage each one of you to complete this activity for all the 5 goals that you've written by tomorrow and start taking action from the next day. If possible tomorrow, or start taking action from the next day and see how you are able to achieve these goals. And once you, whatever step that you are completing, I want to do one activity right now. Wherever you are, stretch your hands like this. This is not an oath, okay? This is not an anthem. Stretch your hands like this, and then bring it like this. Like this, yeah. And then pat your back. You've just taken the first step. Congratulations of writing down your goals. And I want to wish all of you the very best and in achieving your goals and becoming the person that you've always desired to be, because you are here for a very specific purpose. You are born for such a time as this. This is the time here and now when it is by design, God's design, that you are here. But now it's time for you to stop blaming everything else around you. Take control, take responsibility of your life, and you see the difference that you are going to make to yourself. Be that strong, anchored, the pillar that will support you. Because if I'm going to ask each one of you, there's no time much, but if I have to ask you, why are you doing these goals? I am sure most of you will answer, I want to help this one, I want to help that one, I want to help my society, I want to help this person. That help can happen only when you are strongly and firmly planted on a solid rock. Yeah, it's almost like the entire world is in the sinking sand and you're also trying to help while you're in the sinking sand. In the airlines, they always say, the flight steward always says that when there's less oxygen in the cabin and it drops, the oxygen mask drops, before helping others, put that mask yourself. So once you are there, strongly, firmly grounded, you will be able to help others. Yeah. So thank you very much for your time, and just 1 minute. So yeah. So I just want to wish you all the very best, and looking forward to some excellent stories coming out from this room of almost like 30 people who have joined, and wish you all the very best, and God bless you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
If there are any questions, you can message Chitra or myself. We will be happy to help.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Chitra.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chitra. Bye. Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Chitra.
Thank you, Sam and Chitra.